Okay, it's now time to find out if the best man is as funny as he thinks he is. The answer is no. And just how embarrassed will Inaki be when I'm done? You'll have to wait till the end to find that one out. So, I would just like to announce at this stage, though, that for health and safety reasons, it has been requested that you don't get on top of your tables and chairs for my standing ovation at the end. Gracias a todos aquellos que bajaron hasta aquí desde España. Mi discurso será en inglés, aun si no entiendan, les aseguro que es muy divertido. Okay, I'd just like to start by thanking everyone on behalf of the bride and groom for sharing their wedding day today. And it always amazes me just how much free food Pete is able to get down. I'd also like to thank you, Inaki, on behalf of the bridesmaids for your kind words, and also making me and the other ushers even, it's not as easy to say as I think, look so good today in our suits, and splashing out for that girdle for Matt's gut. Emma, firstly, can I say how fantastic you look today? Truly, Inaki is a lucky man. And can I ask you at this point, can you put your left hand on the table? And Inaki, can you place your right hand on top of Emma's? And you have to keep it there for the rest of the speech. And I'll tell you why you've done that a bit later. Okay, if you don't know already, my name is Adam, but Inaki did a good introducing job, so you should do. And I met Inaki in our first year of university 8 years ago now. The years haven't been kind to us, Inaki. I was honoured when Inaki asked me to be his best man, and after I got over the worry of how I'd live up to Inaki's excellent organisational standards in arranging the stag do and helping out today, it gave me time to reflect on our friendship and Inaki's relationship with Emma. Don't worry, Emma, it's mostly me taking the mick out of Inaki. Inaki and I lived in the same halls of accommodation known as the White House in the first year. To be honest, it was nothing like the West Wing, more like a psychiatric wing. Inaki was a bit shy at first, in the first few weeks, so I didn't properly meet him until a couple of weeks into uni. But we soon bonded, though, over our love of playing football, watching football, and playing Football Manager. We then lived together for the next 4 years. So Emma, I know exactly how much of Inaki's hair you're going to clean out the plug hole. Inaki has always had his own unique sense of style, and often, regardless of what British weather could throw at him, rain, sleet, snow, he would inevitably appear ready to tackle the day in a pair of shorts. Which was actually very useful, because when he wasn't studying hard at university, he was inevitably to be found at the university five-a-side football pitches, playing for one of the 70 teams that he was signed up for, or helping out one of the other ones that didn't have a spare man. Talking of football, myself and my brother went over to San Sebastian, obviously where Inaki's from, a few years ago. And we stayed with Inaki and his parents, who were the most amazing hosts. Los padres de Inaki fueron unos anfitriones excelentes cuando me quedé con ellos en San Sebastián hace unos años. That's the last Spanish you're going to get. So during our stay, Inaki entered us in a three-a-side football tournament, which seemed like it would be really good fun. Not too serious, bit of a kick around. We were very wrong. In the first round, we had to play a team of 10-year-olds. So we're in our sort of mid-20s, these 10-year-olds, so there was 4 or 5 of them to try and make it a bit fairer. But we were still pretty confident we could beat a bunch of 10-year-olds. You can probably see where this is going. We started well, actually. We went a few goals ahead, but then I think we got a little arrogant, to be honest. Because soon, they were all over us, like Inaki and a plate full of Spanish meat. And they began to unleash a sort of Barcelona-style passing game. Or at least that's what I remember anyway. And suddenly, it was all even, and the game was over, and it was a draw. And it had to go to penalties. Now, at this point, we needed a goalkeeper, and Inaki was the man. But the problem was, the goals were pretty small, so they were sort of like that size, but that high. So to make it fair with the 10-year-olds, it meant Inaki had to put his arms behind his back and go down on his knees, like so. It hurts my knees to do this, so that's why I didn't go in goal, so that's why Inaki went in goal. But I'll be honest, we were fearing the worst point. Amazingly though, Inaki threw his body from his knees left and right, and he was saving with his head, his shoulder, his stomach. You can probably see where this is going. I'm sorry, Emma, I think the crown jewels took a couple of blows, but I don't think there was any permanent damage, so there should be some little Asby pliers running around at some point in the future. But Inaki's heroics, even though I missed a penalty against the 10-year-olds, meant we got through to the final and finished second and got a brilliant trophy. So Inaki was the star man of the show. It's fair to say Inaki has done a very good job of introducing me and the rest of our house to some Basque culture. We've loved every minute of it, or at the very least we've loved Inaki's passion for it. So whether it was dressing up as the coalman, the Olentzero. For those that don't know who the coalman is, which I imagine is quite a lot of the room, he's a sort of Basque Father Christmas style figure who comes down from the mountains at Christmas and brings presents for the children. Obviously the children in this case was us, and Inaki was the coalman, so it was fantastic. And just to give you some idea of what that looks like, I apologise if you all can't see this, but hopefully some of you can see this. I'll put it up on the side so you can all enjoy it later, but this is the coalman. So and if it wasn't celebrating with the coalman, it was celebrating San Sebastian Day, which is a massive festival back in Spain. I'm sure the people from San Sebastian know how fantastic that is. And Inaki, obviously when he wasn't back in San Sebastian able to celebrate it, he would nonetheless still celebrate in front of his laptop. And obviously there's a lot of drumming that goes on. So he would often have to improvise with what we had in the house. So Inaki's going to give us a bit of a demonstration now of the drumming that goes on San Sebastian Day. Very good, very good. Stealing a bit of my limelight there, Inaki, but I'll forgive you for that. It is your wedding day. A few years ago, Inaki very kindly paid for flights for myself, this is for my birthday, and Inaki to go over to Bratislava in Slovakia for a holiday. This sounds like a romantic getaway story, doesn't it? But don't worry, Emma, we went as just friends, but came back slightly less good friends. I'll be honest, we were both single men at the time, so it meant we could legitimately appreciate the local attractive ladies. But sadly, we didn't see any. In a final desperate attempt to find a party that wasn't just men, we went towards the docks, of all places, and, and we found a small party boat that looked quite appealing. There was some flashing lights. We thought, the party looks like it's going to be good there. So we went on board, but unfortunately, the party boat was no better than anywhere else. And we ended up partying the night away on this small boat to some dodgy Europop music, which, to be honest, Inaki probably enjoyed. With pretty much only men, and it was pretty sweaty. Sorry, that was pretty sweaty. So, not ideal, but it was still a brilliant holiday because Inaki was there. Inaki and Emma, I'm sure you'll agree, are a great match. And although it did take Inaki a while to convince Emma of this, though, but when Inaki sets himself a goal, there's no one more driven than him to succeed. When Inaki was first attracted to Emma, to be honest, I'm not even sure she knew who he was. But that was soon to change, though. Because very soon, she'd know him as the crazy Basque man who liked her a lot. Inaki did his best to engineer it so he could spend more and more time with Emma over the next couple of months. And as I say, a few short months later, Emma eventually saw the light, or was it that fall she had? Anyway, she gave Inaki a chance, and soon he wouldn't let her go. Like a dog with a bone, he's been very committed. Now, in any case, if you're wondering why... Oh no, you're not, so you've stopped, put your hands back on the table. If you're wondering why I asked him to do that in the first place, it's because Inaki, as one of my final roles as best man, has given me great pleasure that I've been able to give you the upper hand over Emma for the last 10 minutes you're probably going to get for the rest of your lives together. So I hope you enjoyed it. Joking aside, Inaki is as good a friend as you can ever have. He's loyal, reliable, and someone you can have an amazing time with. Always up for having a laugh. Inaki is a very lucky boy to have Emma, but equally, Emma is a very lucky girl. It's been great getting to know Emma more and more over the past few years, and seeing how perfect a match they both are. They've overcome problems of not being in the same country, of not knowing where their jobs will take them, but it's all come together in this fantastic celebration today, and it's just brilliant to see. So, please, can you be upstanding and charge your glasses for the bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Asmielu Pelayev, Inaki and Emma.